Job chapter 18. Bildad second response to Job. Then Bildad the Suicide replied, "How long before you stop talking? Speak sense. If you want us to answer, do you think we are mere animal? Do you think we are stupid? You may tear out your hair in anger, but what will that destroy the earth? Will it make the rocks tremble? Surely the light of the wicked will be snuffed out. The spark of the fire will not glow. The night in their tent will grow dark. The lamp hanging above them will be quenched. The confident stride of the wicked will be shortened. Their own scheme will be their downfall. The wicked walk into a net, they fall into a pit. A trap grabs them by the heel. A snare holds them tight. A loose light hidden on the ground. A rope is stretched across the path. Terror surrounds the wicked and troubles them at the very step. Hunger depletes their strength, and calamity wait for them to stumble. Disease eats their skin. Death devoured their lips. They are torn from the security of their homes and are brought down to the king of terrors. The homes of the wicked were burned down. Burning sulfur rained on their houses. The root will dry up and the branch will wither. All memory of their existence will fade from the earth. No one will remember their name. They will be thrust from light into darkness, driven from the world. They will have neither children nor grandchildren, nor any survivor in the place where they lived. People in the west are appalled at their fate. People in the east are horrified. They will say, "This was the home was a wicked person, the place of one who rejects God." Chapter 19. Job's sixth speech, a response to Bildad. Then Job spoke again. "How long will you torture me? How long will you try to crush me with your word? You have already insulted me 10 times. You should be ashamed of treating me so badly, even if I have sinned. That is my concern, not yours. You think you are better than I am, using my humiliation as evidence of my sin, but it is God who has wronged me, captured me in his net. I cry out hell, but no one answers me. I protest, but there is no justice. God has blocked my way so I cannot move. He had plunged my path into darkness. He had stripped me of my honor and removed the crown from my head. He has demolished me on every side, and I am finished. He has uprooted my hope like a fallen tree. His fury burned against me. He caught me as an enemy. His troops advanced. They built up roads to attack me. They kept all around my tent. My relatives stay far away, and my friends have turned against me. My family is gone, and my close friends had forgotten me. My servant and maid consider me a stranger. I am like a foreigner to them. When I called my servant, he doesn't come. I have to plead with him. My breath is repulsive to my wife. I am rejected by my own family. Even young children despise me. When I stand to speak, they turn their back on me. My close friends detest me. Those I love have turned against me. I have been reduced to skin and bone, and have escaped death by the skin of my teeth. Have mercy on me, my friend. Have mercy. For the hand of God has struck me. Must you go also persecute me like God does? Haven't you chosen me up enough? Oh, that my word could be recorded. Oh, that they could be inscribed on a monument, carved with a iron chisel and filled with lead, engraved forever in the rock. But as for you, I know that my Redeemer lives, and he will stand upon the earth at last. And after my body has decayed, yet in my body I will see God. I will see him for myself, yet I will see him with my own eyes. I am overwhelmed at the thought. How dare you go on persecuting me, saying it's his own fault? You should fear punishment yourself, for your attitude deserves punishment. Then you will know that there is indeed a judgment. Chapter 20. Zophar's second response to Job. Then Zophar, the Namaste, replied, I must reply because I am greatly disturbed. I've had to endure your insult, but now my spirit prompts me to reply. Don't you realize that from the beginning of time, ever since people were first placed on the earth, the triumph of the wicked has been short-lived, and the joy of the godless has been only temporary. So the pride of the godless reached the heavens, and their head touched the cloud. Yet they will vanish forever, throw away like their own dung. Those who knew them will ask, where are they? They will fade like a dream and not be found. They will vanish like a vision in the light. Those who once saw them will see them no more. The family will never see them again. Their children will beg from the pool, for they must give back their stone bridges. So they are young, their bones will lie in the dust. They enjoyed the sweet taste of wickedness. Let it melt under their tongue. They savored it, hold it long in their mouths, but suddenly the food in their bellies turned sour, a poisonous venom in their stomach. They will vomit the wells they swallow. God won't let them keep it down. They will suck the poison of cobras. The fiber will kill them. They will never again enjoy stream of olive oil or river of milk and honey. They will give back everything they worked for. The wells will bring them no joy. For they oppressed the poor and left them destitute. They foreclosed on their homes. They were always greedy and never satisfied. Nothing remained of all the things they dreamed about. Nothing is left after they finish gorging themselves. Therefore, the prosperity will not endure. In the midst of plenty, they will run into trouble and be overcome by misery. May God give them a bellyful of trouble. May God rain down his anger upon them. When they try to escape an iron weapon, and the bronze-tipped arrow will pierce them, the arrow is pulled from the back, and the arrowhead glistened with blood. The terrors of death are upon them. The terror will be thrown into deepest darkness. The wildfire will devour their goods, consuming all they have left. The heavens will reveal their guilt, and the earth will testify against them. A flood will sweep away their house. God's anger will descend on them in torrent. This is the reward that God gives the wicked. It is the inheritance decreed by God. Job's seventh speech, a response to Zophar. Then Job spoke again. Listen close to what I'm saying. That is the consolation you can give me. Bear with me and let me speak after I have spoken. You may rest me mocking me. My complaint with God, not with people. I have good reason to be so impatient. Look at me and be stunned. Put your hand over your mouth in shock. Why, think about what I'm saying. I'm shuddered. My body trembled. Why do the wicked prosper? Growing old and powerful, they live to see their children grow up and settle down, and they enjoy their grandchildren. Their homes are safe from every fear, and God does not punish them. The bulls never fail to breed. The cows bear calves and never miscarry. They let the children frisk about like lambs. The little ones skip and dance. They sing with tambourine, and harp. They celebrate to the sound of the flute. They spend their day in prosperity and then go down to the grave in peace. And yet they said to God, Go away, we want no part of you and your ways. Who is the mighty, and why should we obey him? What good will it do us to pray? They think the prosperity is of their own doing. But I will have nothing to do with that kind of thinking. Yet the night of the wicked never seems to be extinguished. Do they ever have trouble? Does God distribute sorrow to them in anger? Are they driven before the wind like a storm? Are they carried away by the storm like a chaff? Not at all. Well, you say at least God will punish their children, but I say he should punish the one who sins, so that they understand his judgment. Let them see their destruction with their own eyes. Let them drink deeply of the anger of the Almighty, for they will not care what happened to their family after they are dead. But who can teach a lesson to God, since he judged even the most powerful? One person died in prosperity, completely comfortable and secured, the picture of good health, vigorous and fit. Another person died in bitter poverty, never having tasted a good life, but both are buried in the same dust, both eaten by the same maggots. Look, I know what you are thinking. I know the scheme you plot against me. You will tell me of rich and wicked people whose health has vanished because of their sin, but ask those who have been around, and they will tell you the truth. Evil people are spared in time of calamity and are allowed to escape disaster. No one criticizes them openly or praise them back for what they have done. When they are carried to the grave, an honor guard keeps watch at their tomb. A great funeral procession goes to the cemetery. Many pay their respect as the body is laid to respect, and the earth gives sweet repose. How can you empty cliche comfort me, or your explanation a lie? Eliphaz's third response to Job. Then Eliphaz, the Temanite, replied, Can a person do anything to help God? Can even a wise person be helpful to him? Is it any advantage to the mighty if you are righteous? Would it be any gain to him if you are perfect? Is it because you are so pious that he accused you and bring judgment against you? No, it's because of your wickedness. There is no limit to your sins. For example, you must have lent money to your friend and demand clothing as security, yet you stripped him to the bones. You must have refused water from the thirsty and food for the hungry. You probably think the land belongs to the powerful and only the privileged have a right to it. You must have sent the widow away empty-handed and crushed the hope of the orphans. This is why you are surrounded by traps and trembled from sudden fear. That is why you cannot see in the darkness, and the wave of water cover you. God is so great, higher than the heaven, higher than the farthest star. But you reply, that is why God cannot see what I'm doing. How can he judge through the thick darkness? For thick clouds swerve about him, and he cannot see us. He's way up there, walking on the valley of heaven. Will you continue on the old path where evil people have walked? They were snatched away in the prime of life, the foundation of their life washed away. For they said to God, leave us alone. What can the mighty do to us? Yet he was the one who filled their home with good things, so I will have nothing to do with that kind of thinking. The righteous will be happy to see the wicked destroyed, and the innocent will laugh in contempt. They will say, See how our enemies have been destroyed. The last of them has been consumed in the fire. Submit to God, and you will have peace. Then things will go well for you. Listen to his instruction and store them in your heart. If you return to the mighty, you will be restored. So clean up your life. If you give up your lust for money and throw your precious gold into the river, the mighty himself will be your treasurer. He will be your precious silver. Then you will take delight in the mighty and look up to God. You will pray to him and he will hear you and you will fulfill your vow to him. You will succeed in whatever you choose to do, and the light will shine on the road ahead of you. If people are in trouble and you say, help them, God will save them. Even sinners will be rescued. They will be rescued because your hands are pure. Job's eighth speech is response to Eliphaz. Then Job spoke again. My complaint today is still a bitter one, and try hard not to groan aloud. If only I knew where to find God, I would go to his court. I will lay out my case and present my arguments. Then I would listen to his reply and understand what he says to me. Would he use his great power to argue with me? No, he would give me a fair hearing. Honest people can reason with him, so I would be forever acquitted by my judge. I go east, but he is not there. I go west, but I cannot find him. I do not see him in the Lord's, for he is hidden. I look to the south, but he is concealed. But he knows where I'm going, and when he tests me, I will come out as pure as gold. For I have stayed on God's path, I have followed his ways, and not turned aside. I have not departed from his commands, but have treasured his word more than dairy food. But once he has made his decision, who can change his mind? Whatever he wants to do, he does. God will do to me whatever he has planned. He controlled my destiny. No wonder I am so terrified in his presence. When I think of it, terror grieves me. God has made me sick at heart, as the Almighty had terrified me. Darkness is all around me. Sick, impenetrable darkness is everywhere. Job asks why the wicked are not punished. Why does the Almighty bring the wicked to judgment? Why must the godly wait for him in vain? Evil people steal land by moving the boundary marker. They steal livestock and put them in their own pasture. They take the orphan's donkey and demand the widow's ox as security for a loan. The poor are pushed off the path. The needy must hide together for safety. Like wild donkey in the wilderness, the poor must spend all their time looking for food, searching even in the desert for food for the children. They harvest a field they do not own, and they glean in the vineyard of the wicked. All night they lie naked in the cold, without clothing or covering. They are soaked by mountain showers, and they huddled against the rock for want of a home. The wicked snatch a widow's child from her breast, taking the baby as security for a loan. The poor must go about naked without any clothing. They harvest food for others while they themselves are starving. They press out olive oil without being allowed to taste it, and they treat in the winepress as they suffer from thirst. The groans of the dying rise from the city, and the wounded crying for help. Yet God ignores their mourning. Wicked people rebel against the light. They refuse to recognize its way or stay in its path. The murderer rises in the early dawn to kill the poor and the needy. At night he is a thief. The adulterer waits for the twilight, saying, "No one will see me then." He hides his face so no one will know him. The thieves break into houses at night and sleep in the daytime. They are not acquainted with the night. The black night is their morning. They light themselves with the terror of the darkness, but they disappeared like foam down a river. Everything they own is cursed, and they are afraid to enter their own vineyard. The grave consumes sinners, just as drought and heat consume snow. Their mother will forget them. Maggot will find them sweet to eat. No one will remember them. Weak people are broken like a tree in the store. They cheat the woman who has no son to help her. They refuse to help the needy widow. God in his power dragged away the rich. They may rise high, but they have no assurance of life. They may be allowed to live in security, but God is always watching them, and though they are great now, in a moment they will be gone like all others, cut off like a head of grain. Can anyone claim otherwise? Who can prove me wrong? And then we go into the chapter 25. So there right now is argue why not every sin people get the punishment, but the job get punishment. So that is a really a deep discussion. Alright, so that's today's Bible learning. Hope everybody like it. God bless everyone. Let's see you tomorrow.